Hello, fellas. So recently, I heard that book 3 of the Kingkiller Chronicle by Patrick Rufus will soon be published. Damn, it will be this year, and I'm quite excited about it. And hopefully, it's really this year. To those who don't know, there are currently 2 books in the Kingkiller Chronicles series. The first one is The Name of the Wind, and the second is The Wise Man's Fear. Okay, and this will be a spoiler-free video, and I will share with you briefly my opinions about the series and why you should read this. On book 1, The Name of the Wind is my current favorite book of the series. It introduced me to the entire Kingkiller Chronicles, introduced me to the very brilliant boy who is not so much that his triumphs and outstanding abilities equate to his failures. At least for now, his flaws equals his ingenuity. So, in the world of Kingkiller Chronicle, the protagonist Kivot is a legend who had a miserable, interesting life. In book 1, I saw the roller coaster journey of Kivot. His life in the troupe of musicians, the butchery that shouldn't have happened, his life in the wild, living in a foreign city as a beggar as well, and much more. It was a lovely journey to see how the life of one boy changed throughout his life, and am I sadistic for enjoying that? So aside from that, I also enjoy how Patrick describes the music. It was interesting how he made reading about lutes and music became really interesting despite not really hearing the exact tones. He focused more on vague stuff with emotions that you will imagine and hear the music in your own head. And aside from that, Kivot can be annoying as well because of his unwise decisions. It's annoying, and it's one of his flaws, I agree, but it makes his character more real, and I love it that way despite my annoyance about it. On book 2, I have a mix of opinions. I love book 2 less than I love book 1, but it's still good. But it's unlike the almost perfectness I saw on book 1. Particularly the 6th part with the Ferolian feels overly emphasized. You'll know more about it if you read the book. But the Kaiti, how do you read it? Kaiti part was really interesting. And as an aspiring writer myself, it's hard to put a character who knows everything, and that's the Kaiti. Kaiti is an overpowered character, but Patrick really executed it well, and I'll be expecting more of Kaiti in book 3. Also, I'm hoping that there's something that Kivot has in contrast to the other characters who were totally changed by the Kaiti. That specific something makes him the protagonist, that hopefully is able to overcome something that other powerful characters failed to do so in the past. In this, I compare Kivot to Frodo in relation to the great elves, men, and dwarves who failed to destroy the ring. And in book 3, I hope book 3 is no tragedy. I wish for a good ending for Kivot, but I would also accept a bittersweet ending, and that's my opinion. And aside from that, I wanted to see Ben, Illoden, Dana's patron, Divi, and the full fighting ability of the altar Kivot. And I also expect more from Bast and Chronicler. Though I want a good ending, I want to see war. The Adam, the Amir, and the others should better pop out in the book. I also want to see other namers like Elodin. So aside from that, I also expect most of the lore and mystery to be revealed, such as what's behind the 4-plate door. At the core of it, I want to read Rothfuss's work. His writing is an art. His words, his sentences, and his overall writing are art. The way he writes is like a song that flows like a perfect river, like the ocean rivers forming like dragons or branches of trees in bird's eye view. So go read book 1 and book 2 now. You will love it. I stake myself on that statement, and hopefully you'll really enjoy it. But luckily for you, it will be a bonus that you will not have to wait for long for book 3. Lots of folks had been waiting for book 3. Lots of folk had been waiting for book 3 since 2011. So Rothfuss's writing will pull you into the story, and it will be an interesting journey. As a last note, it would be nice if there will be book 4, but I also love the poetic message about 3 days of telling the story in the Waystone Inn and 3 books for the entire story of Kifot. And that's it. Bye bye, fellas. That's all for today. It's very short.